Gretchen Wedmore, and I am the Executive Director at the George Washington Carver Agriculture Research Center. We're standing in the future shipping and receiving space. We're hoping the RFSI funding will allow us to complete. This area over here, past the column, is going to be our dry storage with our warehouse shelves. So right back in this space, which we are currently using for storage. Very little is going to be done to the space, just some lighting work, ceiling work, repairing the wall, painting, nothing to the floors. No masonry, nothing in this area. And then kind of moving on to this space, this is also going to be part of shipping and receiving, but from the far column over there to the column over here will be cold storage. So we're looking at 2 large walk-in freezers installed in this space. Those will be a walk-in fridge and a walk-in freezer for storage of our value-added products. The one thing that does need to be done in this area is the ceiling. The asbestos tiles will need to be removed. But other than that, we're talking about electrical installation and again, making sure the ceiling is safe and ready for people to be in this space. The other work that needs to be done to get this space ready is right here for the shipping and receiving bay. So while we do have a garage door, which is perfectly functional and won't be altered, we are planning on putting in a side door so that folks don't have to open up the whole door in order to come in and out of the space. We also need to improve on the ramp in order to get that accessible a little bit better because it's a little rough. And now we're going to walk outside and look at what those impacts would look like from the exterior of the building. We're standing right outside the shipping and receiving area right now. This is where both the generator and the door would go. So our generator position is right here on the concrete pad, which will need to be expanded. And then the door entryway that we are proposing is the little bit of masonry work that is going to impact the exterior of the facade, and that's this area right here. And that's also where you would see the covered ramp and everything that is in our proposal. We are now on the other side of the shipping and receiving area, so we've just walked through the garage doors and into this space. This would be the main entry point for our kitchen users and production staff. And this is the area that is proposed is going to be kind of our locker space. Restrooms, which are over here and already have been framed out. Plumbing has already been put in place as well. So it's really the finishing touches, the fixtures, the walls, obviously, that need to be done in that area. And then in this area, very little needs to be done besides, again, adjusting the lighting, making sure that that is nice and safe, finishing the wall treatments, and then installation of lockers and other spaces for storage. But that's kind of the finishing out that area that we call the shipping and receiving, according to what we've asked for from the RFSI. We are now on the future value-added processing side of this space. We just came through the double doors over there, which is where the shipping and receiving space will be and currently is functioning as our storage space on that side. So this space has partial construction done. As you can see, the plumbing has already been put in place. Floor drains are already finished. A lot of the floors and walls, are in a good place. We just need to do the coating on the walls, the FRP, the coating on the floors to make it easily cleanable and really get it ready for value-added production. We do have our blast chiller and another walk-in freezer on this side. And in the RFSI grant, we asked for additional funding for some of the big pieces of equipment that will come over here that will help us do bulk processing, help farmers come in and process for their value-added production as well. So that's this space. Currently we're using it for storage and meeting space. And we run our Feeding 500 program out of this area as well. And then kind of walking over here, we have our future dish room. Again, we're using it for storage currently. All of the storage will shift over into the storage space once we're done. Again, the floor drains, water connections, plumbing has been done. We do need to do electrical as well as installation of the dish machine, purchase of the dish machine, and just kind of finishing off that room. And then the last thing I'll kind of note is, you can see where this project was funded and then kind of, ran out of funds for the first phase. This was kind of the delineation line right here. So this is the floor coating that we're talking about continuing and then expanding all of this into production processing space for our farms and farmers. We're out back now on the back side of the building, which is our main parking area, to show you where the additional propane tank would be installed. You can see we have one currently, which does serve our immediate needs, but for this expansion we need additional propane tanks. We have room enough for one additional one behind the bollards that are set up here. So that's where the propane tank would go. And then you're kind of looking at the shipping and receiving door right down there. And as you're looking at the shipping and receiving door, I'll kind of let you look at our main entry point currently, because this is a template that we want to replicate on the other side for entry point into that service space. And that's about it. Thank you.